You head for the shop around the corner, sack slung over your shoulder. You know the way so well you'll hardly even look up from the scale you're admiring. You don't know exactly what it is, but you just know the alchemist is going to be absolutely thrilled by your find, hopefully thrilled enough to listen to your proposition. Hello? Ah, it's you. Welcome back. I suppose you've bought me ingredients again? Wonderful. Let me take a look. Some elf's quilt moss, red cap mushrooms. Oh hey, crystal cedar shells. I guess they've started molting then. And whoa, these aren't basilisk scales, are they? No, no, they're wonderful, but basilisks, they're absurdly dangerous. Is there one nearby? Oh, you found them in a snitchwing's nest. Good, then they're probably from far away. I'd hate to think you were putting yourself in danger for rare ingredients. Now let's see. I'll offer you 7 silvers and 10 coppers for everything. Does that sound fair? You look surprised. You may not have to collect the scales from a basilisk itself, but they're still very rare and very useful for alchemy. I'd be practically robbing you if I paid you anywhere close to what I usually do. I take it you're happy with the price then? Wonderful. Here you are. I'm very excited for these scales. There are all kinds of things I can use them for. Well, well, mostly for making mithril. It won't be armor grade, but mithril has other uses. You're awfully curious today. Mithril is easily enchanted so that I can store a lot of magic in just a little bead. It's tremendously convenient for high-level alchemy. Say, since you're feeling so chatty today, would you like to stay for some tea? We've never had the chance to really sit down and talk. Goody. Come with me, I live in the back of the shop. Now, please forgive the mess. I promise there's a method to the madness. I know precisely where everything is. See, I put the kettle right... Okay, where is it? I know it's somewhere. No. Ah, got it. See, I wasn't too far off. I'll be making my famous lavender herbal tea. I mean, it's not actually famous, but it would be if I had more company. You know, over often more. Alchemy shares a lot in common with cooking, though alchemists are usually great cooks, and we make the best tea ever. Take a seat. Let me just start boiling the water. So how's life? I understand that you do some other odd jobs around the village, not just collecting alchemy ingredients. How's that going? Yeah, I can understand that. It's nicer to have stability. Before I got commissioned as an official alchemist, things were kind of dicey for me too. Alchemy can be extremely useful in certain situations, but not as much in rural areas like this. But now, so long as I fulfill certain quotas, I get paid regularly. They'll even up my pay if I hire an assistant, although I don't think anyone out here is interested. Oh, so you're curious, eh? Well, I haven't been able to talk to anybody about it, so please ask away. Well, basically, an official alchemist is someone recognized by the government as a capable alchemist. Every month or so, I get sent a list of potions and items that local officials need. If the items needed are rare, they'll usually provide them for me. I just whip them out and send them out. What kind of things do they ask for? Well, most of the times, it's things for medical purposes. Healing potions, silkware for sutures, and antidotes for medical ailments, that sort of thing. It's important work, of course, but not the most exciting to produce. The things I really like making are rare items, the kind used as reagents for magic spells and things like that. I don't usually get asked to make those, but I do it on my own sometime. I still get to sell other stuff I make, so I keep those in the back in case some mage passes through. Oh, and what is alchemy? Oh, where to start? Well, I guess the best place to start is at the beginning. Alchemy doesn't have the most noble origins. It started with a power-hungry king ordering his wizards to find a way to turn other metals into gold. Technically, they succeeded, but the necessary ingredients are way more expensive than the gold they create. But the wizards realized that they found a novel way to use magic. You see, the wizards knew right away they couldn't transmute matter with their own magic, but they knew of a variety of magical creatures, plants, and materials that had promising properties. They managed to extract those magic properties to do things they couldn't. Alchemy allowed them to transcend human limitations. And, I mean, sure, alchemy is a slow process, so it's not suited for every purpose. But it's versatile, powerful, and anyone can learn to do it. No inborn magic potential needed, although naturally some people are still better at it than others. The whole thing is a really interesting process. Different sorts of magic reside in almost every living thing in various amounts. You see, different magical elements have a different process of extraction, and some of them interfere with each other, making certain combinations really difficult to get. And once you've extracted the magical essence, there are a bunch of different ways to infuse it into one object which can change the end result. Yeah, and there I go. I don't get to talk about alchemy much with other people, so when I do, I gush about it. It's kind of funny. When I started practicing alchemy alone, I wasn't interested at all. It took a while to grow on me, but I finally found that I loved it once I really gave it a chance. Oh well, it's kind of embarrassing. You see, when I was little, me and some kids snuck into an alchemist's lab and stole a bunch of stuff. We were total brats back then. My dad found out about it, and after I returned all her stuff, he made me help her out on weekends as an assistant. For the first couple of months, I was always pouting about it, acting like it was so unfair. But I caught myself listening in on her when she was muttering to herself about how to create something new, and peeking at her notes from time to time. She noticed that I was getting interested, so I graduated from sweeping floors to helping to prepare ingredients. Before I knew it, years had passed, and she told me that I was ready to start my own lab. Did you know that you were the first person to buy one of my creations? Yep. I still remember it so well. I'd gotten really excited to be out on my own in a new town, and I had a whole bunch of items ready to sell, but no one wants to buy something from an unproven alchemist. I didn't get any customers my first couple of days, but then you showed up. You scraped your knee while exploring the forest, and you bought a healing poultice from me. It meant so much to me, even though I'm sure you didn't give it a second thought, and then, oh, well, I never told you this, but, well, Without thinking, right as you turned to leave, I rushed over to give you the biggest hug as thanks. I realized what I was doing just in time. You turned to see me suddenly standing right behind you. I knew I had to give you some reason why I rushed over to you. I panicked and just sort of blurted out that you should get me ingredients the next time you were in the forest. Yeah, totally embarrassing. I guess you bought it though, because the next day you were back with a sack full of herbs. It was the start of a long and prosperous partnership. By the way, you haven't told me why you suddenly gained such an interest in alchemy. Are you trying to become my apprentice or something? Oh, oh, wait, really? I'm honored. I'm kind of surprised though. You don't seem like the type to want to stay cooped up indoors. Oh, you want to learn alchemy so you can make stuff on the go as an adventurer. Honestly, that's a fantastic idea. I don't know why more adventurers don't do that. Of course, you'll be a touch limited in what you can do with our whole lab, but you'll be able to make some basic potions, and you could make for some decent quality materials to sell for extra cash. You certainly already know plenty about what ingredients to look for. So let's see. Hey, how about stopping by on the weekends, just like I did? I'm not the most experienced alchemist out there, but I can sure give you a knowledge of the basics. Super! Well, I'm really looking forward to this, I'll be honest. I've kind of wanted to spend more time with you for a while. Hey, before I go, I'm thinking that I still owe you that hug. Thanks so much for everything.